unselfish play. That unselfishness became contagious. Ty Lawson showing you he's got some ups to go with that speed.
Gallinari with the crossover.
What's up, Nuggets fans? Back here to do another game recap here, talking about the Denver Nuggets 108-104 win over the Washington Wizards. Ironically, we've had two wins now back-to-back where we won 108-104. That's kind of weird, but another good win for us on the road against a young, athletic, solid team in the Washington Wizards. I guess I'm being a little nice there because the Wizards have been terrible this year, but they got some talent, and they're they got a lot of young legs on their team, and once they kind of mature as a team, I think they're going to be a pretty solid team. But another good road win for us. We're now 3-0 on this road trip. It's overall been a very successful road trip for us. Moved to 11-5 overall on the year with this win. Had a great shooting night. We were 49% from the field, 48% from the three-point line, but 67% from the free throw line. Once again, missing free throws. We missed 10 in this game. That's 10 points you're leaving at the free throw line. Can't do that in future games and expect to win, especially against some of the better teams in this league. Luckily for us, we were playing the Wizards, but still, 10 points at the foul line, you don't like seeing that. But anytime we shoot 49% from the field and 48% from the three-point line, we're going to win most of the time. We're going to be a very tough team to beat when we shoot the ball that well. Wizards had a decent shooting night. They're 42% from the field, 42% from the three-point line, 76% from the free throw line. Hit a couple tough threes in this game, but besides that, like I said, it was just a decent shooting night for Washington. Had a lot of good things in this game. We had 24 assists, once again, showing why we are the best passing team in the NBA. Ball movement was great, setting up each other with easy shots. You love seeing that. Had 23 fast break points, did a great job of getting out in transition, getting easy buckets. Had 50 points in the paint. Once again, doing a great job of playing inside to outside, doing a good job of getting to the rim, getting easy buckets, and getting high percent shots, and doing a good job of going inside to set up our the three-point shot. And obviously, the three-point shot was not going for us, and we were knocking that shot down here in this game with us shooting 48% from the arc. We also had 12 offensive rebounds. I thought the effort all night was great. One of our better rebounding games of the year. Did a great job of getting some second chance possessions in this game and second chance point opportunities. Overall, we out-rebounded the Wizards 46-40 in this game. You like seeing that. And from the second quarter on, once again, the second quarter has just been a great quarter for us this year. We were able to outscore the Wizards 81-67. Really took control of the game in that second quarter. Had a terrible start. I mean, we gave up a 37-point first quarter to the Wizards, which you hate seeing. Defensively, I thought that was an awful quarter for us, awful performance by us. We're down by 10 on the road. Looked just kind of sluggish, to be honest with you, but we're able to come out in that second quarter, and from the second quarter on to the end of the game, just basically forced the Wizards to play our game and just outscored them, like I said, 81-67, and did a good job of eventually pulling out the win. So you love seeing that, and for some reason, once again, the second quarter has been the Nuggets quarter this year. But there was some bad things. I already talked about the free throws. Missing 10 free throws, not acceptable. The free throw shooting has got to get better from this group, because leaving 10 points on the free throw line, especially in a road game, not a lot of times you're going to win. Luckily, we're playing a pretty poor team in the Washington Wizards. That's got to get better. Had 18 turnovers in this game. Once again, I thought we were sloppy offensively for the most part at times, and we got to get better at that. Just making mental mistakes, making poor passes, and just got to execute a little better. And you don't like seeing the 18 turnovers. Gave up 22 points off of those 18 turnovers. I mean, you're just asking a bad team to beat you, especially when they're at home. I mean, we kept the Sixers in this game with our turnovers. We got to do a better job of limiting those. We gave up 18 fast break points. Once again, transition defense has got to get better. Didn't like the way our execution in transition in this game was. I didn't like it. I didn't like our transition D. We were outscored, as I mentioned before, 37-27 in the first quarter. You give up a 37-point quarter to any team in this league, it's not good, but especially to give it up to the worst team in the NBA and the Washington Wizards, you don't like seeing that. But luckily for us, we were able to bounce back in the second, third, and fourth quarter, and we gave up 44 points in the paint, which is okay, but still the interior defense could be better and needs to be better in future games. We got to keep trying to improve on that area of our game, but overall, just a nice, solid win for us on the road. Looking at some individual performances here, Al Harrington went off once again. He had 29.7 rebounds here in this game, was 10 of 16 from the field, 5 of 8 from the three-point line, 4 of 6 from the free throw line. Right now, Al Harrington is by far the NBA Sixth Man of the Year. I mean, he's having a breakout year. He has played phenomenal this year. Shot the ball extremely well all year so far, and shot the ball great here in this game. To have 29 points on 16 shots is great. A very efficient night for Al offensively. Did a good job on the glass with the 7 boards, and goes 5 of 8 from the three-point line. I mean, had the 3-ball going in this game. The three-pointers that he hit in the fourth quarter were so clutch, cold-blooded. The 1-3 he hit there to extend our lead to 5, where Gallo passed up kind of a decent look at 3 and passed it up to Al. It was like a 26, 27-foot 3, and he just moneyed it. I mean, he drained it. Just a huge shot, clutch shot by Al. Al was real pumped after the shot. You love seeing that. Harrington has just been great this year. He's played phenomenal, and this was a great game for him, giving us 29 points off the bench. I mean, what more can you ask? And to score 29 on 16 shots and shoot 5 of 8 from the three-point line, just a great outing for Al Harrington. He was great here against the Wizards. Ty Lawson was also very good. He had 21 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists. One of Ty's better games. Was great rebounding the ball. Had a huge offensive rebound in the fourth quarter off a miss, and was able to put it back, extend our lead. Did a great job there. Big play by Ty, and just playing with great effort on the glass. Had 4 offensive rebounds. Did a good job on the offensive glass. Still had 6 assists. Still had 21 points as well. Didn't shoot too well though. Was 7 of 17 from the field, but had the 3-ball going. Was 3 of 6 from the three-point line. 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Just a great game by Ty. Didn't shoot the ball too well, but was knocking down a 3-point shot, and did a good job of affecting the game in other ways with his passing and his rebounding. Like I said, was just great in this game, and that offensive rebound he had in the fourth quarter, and then the little layup afterward. Just a huge play by Ty Lawson there. And then Gallinari had 21 points, 5 assists, 4 boards, a steal and a block. Defensively, a pretty nice game from Gallo. Gets 21 points on only 11 shots, goes 7-11 from the field, 1 of 3 from the three-point line, 6 of 6 from the free throw line. Was pretty aggressive offensively, and also had an efficient night. Was like I said, 21 points on only 11 shots. You like seeing that, and knocked down all 6 of his free throws. Pretty damn good game out of Gallo, and I believe those 3 guys combined for like 71, 72 points. I mean, those 3 guys were basically all our offense in this game, and all 3 were great. All had great efficient nights, especially Harrington and Gallo, and just great games out of those guys. For the Wizards, Nick Young led the way for them. Nick Young's a great player. He's a very talented player, but to me, he's one of the most one-dimensional players in the NBA. All the guy does is shoot, and he's basically just a scorer. He had 25 points, 4 assists, 4 steals. It was pretty solid defensively. I'll give him credit for that in this game, but it took 22 shots, so he had 25 points on 22 shots. That's not the most efficient outing. It was 10 of 22 from the field, 4 of 10 from the three-point line, 1 of 1 from the free throw line. I was just knocking down shots in this game. Like I said, no one really on our team could guard him. But I mean, a guy gets 25 points on 22 shots. I guess you'll live with that. I mean, he takes 10 three-pointers. Doesn't have the greatest shot selection in the world. We actually, I believe, we're interested in signing Nick Young this offseason. I would love to have him on our team. I think the guy would be a great player for us coming off the bench. And I think as time goes on, and hopefully he can evolve his game and become a more well-rounded player. But like I said, the guy's strictly a scorer, and his shot selection isn't the greatest. He kind of reminds me a little bit of J.R. Smith. And then lastly, John Wall almost had a triple-double. He had 13 points, 10 assists, 9 boards, 3 blocks, but also had 4 turnovers, and was only 4 of 17 from the field, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. For whatever reason, John Wall just does not play well against Ty Lawson. I think it's because Ty Lawson can match his speed, and overall I think is a little quicker than John Wall. Wall cannot stay in front of Lawson, and I think he has a lot of trouble on the offensive end of getting around Ty Lawson because of how quick and how strong Ty Lawson is. A lot of people don't give credit for Ty Lawson, or don't really understand how strong Ty Lawson really is, and I think it affects John Wall, affected him here once again, but did a good job of affecting the game in other areas with his passing, rebounding, and defensively. Like the 3 blocks, but we did force 4 turnovers on him, and I'll live with him shooting 4 of 17 all day. Did a good job of forcing him to become a jump shooter. And I think John Wall is also one of those guys that's a real talented player, but has some maturing to do, and has got to continue to get better as an overall player for the Wizards to be successful. But to all the Washington fans out there, I'd say just keep your head up, because there's a lot of young, talented players on that team. They just got to continue to grow as a group and mature as a group, and kind of take better shots and be a better defensive team. And I think that team can be pretty darn good. So nice road win for us. 3-0 on this road trip now, 11-5 on the year. Great game from Al Harrington, Ty Lawson, and Danilo Gallinari. You love seeing the way those guys played, especially on the offensive end. And you love to see that our team is finally starting to knock down that three-point shot. You see how deadly we can be when we hit that. So now we move on to take on, obviously, the New York Knicks tonight in New York. Be our fourth game on this 5-game road trip. Hopefully we can get the W. This is a big game tonight. Obviously everyone knows why it's big, why it's so important. Obviously it will be Carmelo's first game against us since the trade. I know Carmelo is going to be fired up for this game, and I'm expecting a big game from him. But I also think guys on our team like Al Harrington, who were kind of shunned by the Knicks, and Danilo Gallinari, who the Knicks obviously gave us in that trade for Melo, and even guys like I think Ty Lawson and Nene, and Aaron Aflalo, who essentially were kind of told by Melo, you're not good enough to win a championship, so I'm going to go to New York. I think our team's going to be very motivated tonight, and I think so are the Knicks. I mean, they've lost 4 or 5 games in a row. They're sputtering, and we're on fire right now. So definitely has all the potential to be a trap game for us. The Knicks are still a very talented team. I think they're a good team. They're not a great defensive team, but they definitely can score the ball, and that place is going to be rocking. It's a huge game. It's very important to us and Melo. And as long as our team checks their emotions at the door and just stays focused on beating the Knicks and not beating Carmelo, I think we can win this game. I think we can have a good night. Just got to focus, not get too emotional, not get too caught up in the whole, it's Melo's first game against his former team, and just go out there and play basketball and try to beat the New York Knicks, and I think we'll be fine. So hopefully we can get our 4th straight win, and go 4-0 on this road trip, and then get a couple days off and get ready for Sacramento. So big game tonight for the Nuggets. So thanks for watching, guys, and as always, go Nuggets.